Hey guys, this is Matt. Today we're going to be putting together a Farm Maxx Drum Mower. So, as you can see, we already got it busted out of the crate. First thing we're going to do is just kind of set everything out, make sure everything's here. So, go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first step that we're going to be doing today, after you get everything out and make sure everything's here, is we're going to use a forklift or any method you might have, and we're going to put the jack stand in the belt drive to suspend it, and we're going to pick this up by using the forklift with a strap. Once we get this in the air, I'm going to take my jack stand and I'm going to insert it. That way we can help suspend this part of the mower in the air. That way when we're setting it on, when we're connecting it, it just kind of fits right on there. Okay, we're going to stop. Alright guys, so now that we got our belt drive suspended in the air, we're going to take our jack stand and we're going to insert it in. That way when we set this down right here, we don't have to worry about it falling. So go ahead and bring this over here. So we're going to bring over this part. Jack stand. Okay. Go ahead and hit the button.
Yep.
Alright guys, so now we're going to take the jack stand. We're going to put it through right here. We're going to set it right there to the first hole. Take this split pin, line it up. There you go. So once it's like that, then we're going to come over here real quick, go ahead and get this part out of the way, because we're going to take these two bolts out and this latch. We're going to save this for later. Okay. After we do that, we're just going to take this stuff and we're going to set it right over here. Keep track of it. All right. Pause it. All right, so as you can see, we have our frame suspended in the air, and we're gonna take this belt drive off to make getting this right here. You don't have to, but we're going to. So we're gonna take this off. Mind your nuts. This is all to help get this attached to our frame. Alright, so now we're going to take this off. Take our cover off, set it to the side, and now as you can see our belts are going to be inside. Save those for later. What we're going to do next, so now as you can see, we got the belt cover off, we've attached on both sides. Jack stand is keeping that kind of level for us. Straps are just for protection. So as you can see, we have it lined up. Okay. Yep. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna loosen these bolts right here. And we're gonna do this because we're gonna need to slide this to my left. That way we can attach the jointed beam and the belt, the mower drive together, but we can't do that until this is slidden out of our way. So, just gonna continue taking this off. All right guys, so we got this loose. So we're gonna slide this back. That way it'll be ready for the belts to be put on here in a second. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go back to those bolts that we had at the beginning. And what we're gonna do, help this process so it doesn't all go everywhere, is we're gonna take this and you're gonna line it up. Bring it this way just a little bit. Hold that right there. All right guys, so now we have got our jointed beam belt drive connected to our drums. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take this overlay and we're gonna put it right here, and we're gonna attach it. And there's these lovely holes, or if you want, you can take this out of the equation. We'll come back to that in a second. Get it in there. Let's kind of get it going. Like that. And then we're going to come to this other side and do the same thing. We're going to use this hole to our advantage, like so. And we're going to tighten it up with our fingers. And sometimes when you're doing this, there could be paint inside of these holes, which might lead you to believe that these do not attach or go in all the way. But if that's the case, you might need to use a drill tap and get that paint out of there. Once done, we're gonna tighten these as tight as we can go.
Yep.
All right, so now we're gonna tighten these up. And as you can see, it's starting to go a little on there. Nice and tight. And we're using a 19 millimeter to do this. All right. So now that that's on there, our drums and our jointed beam are securely fastened. So at this point, we can go ahead and lose your safety if you'd like. We're gonna go ahead and take ours down. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna hinge our belt guard back into place. Like so. Just gonna hand tighten these for now. So now we've got all of our bolts back in place, so the belt guard is now hinged back in place. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a 17 millimeter socket, and you're gonna just tighten these puppies up. Just a little bit, that way there's still a little bit of play. And what we're gonna do next is gonna be the fun part. We are going to go ahead and put our belts on, which are going to be right here. Now we're putting together a 165 manual. So your belts, just to make sure, are going to be 2932.
Oh, come back.
Right there.
Out of focus. Focus. There we go.
Okay. All right, pull. All right, so we're gonna put this belt on, and I'm gonna have a helper pull the belt towards me while I twist the pulley and apply a little bit of pressure. so that we're walking this belt on. And see, once you do that, you just get it on there and it pops right on to that last one, just like that. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put the rest of the 3 on, doing the same process. All right, guys, so now, as you can see, by doing that process, we have gotten all 4 belts on. And I do recommend having a helper and definitely wearing gloves, because if you get your fingers caught in here, it can not feel very good. So, for our next step, all right, guys, so next step, we're gonna take this belt cover and we're gonna put it back on. So as you can see, I went ahead and tightened these bolts, that way they're sticking straight out and make it a little easier when you're attaching this. So the washers that you took off are gonna go back on first. Grab these. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna set these on here like this. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our belt cover and you're gonna line it up with the bolt right here, and you're gonna do that. And you're gonna slide it over the bolts. Make sure it's nice and flush. It can be a little tricky, so you wanna try to not. There you go. Come down here and do the same thing. And once you get it, it'll kind of pop right on there like that. See? So then we're gonna come back down, grab our nuts, go ahead and start attaching them like this. $17, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna get these started with our hand. Come down here, we're gonna grab our tool, 17 millimeter. Tighten them up.
Make sure your thing is set to tighten.
Make sure your socket is set to tighten, otherwise it won't tighten. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now our belt cover's back on and installed. And our next fun part is we're going to take our 3-point, we're going to attach it to the jointed beam. Just going to go right here. So next step is we're going to put our hitch onto our jointed beam. And as you can see, there are these 3 spacers that are right here that you'll need to take off. Once you do that, you will grab your hitch, pick it up. And we are going to set this puppy down on top. Being very careful in the process. There we go. And it just kind of falls on there, just like that. Then we're going to take our spacers that you removed We're just gonna stick them right back on there, just like that. Okay. All right, guys, so the next step, we are gonna attach our safety breakaway, which should be wrapped up as one of the parts. And a question I've gotten a lot is, do I need to do anything to it? The answer is no, it's already preset. So all you need to do is attach it to your 3-point into this slot over here. So what we're gonna do, is I'm gonna swing my hitch back around. Just like that. And once you get it a little stationary like that, we'll stop it right there. What we're gonna do is you're gonna take this split pin off. And as you can see right here, there is a notch where this bolt and pin are gonna go through. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use a pair of pliers to help you get this out. And you're just gonna squeeze it and make sure. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take this, we're gonna line it up, just like this. You're gonna put it on there. I recommend taking this, putting it back in there, just to kind of hold this spot in place. You're gonna take the bolt, and you're gonna come down here, and you're gonna put it through. I need to play with it a little bit. Can be a little pain sometimes. And then you're gonna do that. And you're gonna take your washer that you took off, put it back on, like so. Go ahead and slide this thing back into place. Might need. Ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep.
So now that we got the pin in, you just want to make sure that they're secure. And you do that by using these pliers, and you can take it and you can bend the pin. That way you don't have to worry about it coming off like this. Which sometimes can be a little difficult. All right, guys, so now our next step after you get your breakaway attached and everything is nice and secure, we're gonna take our forged head, which is this piece right here, and we're gonna put it on here, and this forged head is gonna go right here. Just right down on there, just like that, and that bolt that we previously took off, we're gonna reinstall. line it up. And I'm going to use a mallet to help. Just like that. Reinflower our nut. Alright guys, back from lunch. Start over, I had to do that. Okay. Back from, I didn't do that on purpose. Okay, ready? Alright guys, so now what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take this manual lift arm and we're gonna attach it to our drum mower. So, let's take this plastic off. You're gonna take the manual lift arm and you're gonna attach it to 2 points on your drum. So right here is gonna be point number 1 with the bolts already in it. Number 2 is gonna be right there. So first we're gonna take these bolts out. Alright, now we're going to grab our nice little manual lift arm. And we're going to attach it. So, I'll start right down here. Using that same bolt, go right here. Get it started. Okay, and then we're going to come right down here and put in our other one. Make sure that you line up that hole. And sometimes, as mentioned before, there can be paint, so it can be a little difficult to get in. Okay. What do you think, 19? Yep. I'm just going to tighten this up. And we're going to come down here, tighten this other one up a little bit.
You have to.
Okay. After we do that, we are going to attach our complete tie rod assembly. Which is this right here. So what we'll first do is set this right here. I'm going to find my pliers. What we'll do is we'll take this little thing out. Set it right there. Grab that little washer. Let's pick this little baby up. And we'll take this. Put our split pin back in. Alright. Next, we're gonna take this bottom part. Actually, we'll do this part right here first. Grab our pliers. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take this, you're gonna stick it right there.
Pause it. Go ahead.
What we're gonna do next is take this pin out, and you're gonna take this part, and you're gonna line it up like this. And then we're gonna put it pin back in, just like that. Put your washer back on. Get your split pin. Put it back in that little hole. Just like that. Then you're gonna take this piece right here, take out this other one. Get this pin out. So then, once you get that pin out, you'll line it up. What we're gonna do next is once you get that on, sometimes you might have to move this hitch and adjust it to make sure this arm will fit. Afterwards, you put your pin back in. And then that's it. All right, so after you get that on, how does your mechanical lift? So, what, start?
Yeah.
And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put on a frame. And as you can see, you have two different pieces. All right, so we're gonna put our wider of the two shield frames on, which will be this one. And you'll want to take these bolts right here out. So first, let's do that. So, once you get these bolts out, we're gonna take our wide frame and you're gonna set it up here. And we're gonna put those bolts right back on in. There we go, there's my other one. Just like that. Once you do that, we will put those back on. And then we're gonna grab our other one. And we're gonna take it and place it right where we took off our other bolts, which will be right here. Kind of tighten them up a little bit, a little hand tighten them. Then we're gonna finish up tightening these puppies back up. And just like that, now we got our shield frames on. The next step, we're gonna take our shields, we're gonna slide them on, and we'll bolt them using the bolts that comes in the hardware bag that's gonna be inside. So let's go ahead and get that done. We're gonna take our shields, and we're gonna slide them on. And you'll see right here at the front of this one, there's a little hole, and that hole lines up with that. And what you do is you're gonna slide it on in, just like that. And then this comes on over. And it kind of just latches right into place. And as you can see, the holes are lined up, or there will be. You put the bolts in. So then we're gonna come over here. Pause it.
We go.
Hold on. So once you get your 2 shields on, start with this size for now. You're gonna take these bolts, and you're just gonna put them right in this little slot, so you get this spot, and they just clip right on in, just like that. And we'll do this all the way around. Once you get all of them on, you're going to take the nuts and the washers, and we're just going to go ahead and go around and bolt all these together. As you can see, we got all of our shields on. We haven't tightened these bolts down yet. We'll get that in a second. So when you get here, you'll notice that these wings are sticking up. There is a point right here in which we're going to take these bolts and put them in. That way we can fasten the 2 wings to the shields. So I'm going to get down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take them. It's actually a lot. There's 4 of them. And you're going to take them and you're going to stick them on in there. How about we just start with this one right here. Pull this down. And just alright, and you just get it in there like that. And then once you do that, you got a couple more to do, which will be one right here, another one right here, another one right here, and then here, and then you'll do the same on the other side.